What's going on? What's going on, little cuz? Just came, man. I know you whipping up this final product. I wanted to let you know I love you, man. You've been representing this BrickCity thing well. Continue your journey, man. I can't wait to see your next chapter, man. That trillion cut shit been popping for years. You never forgot where you came from, man. And you know we stand behind you, man. You know what I'm saying? And man, we support you, man. We love you. Ain't nothing else more I can say, man. BrickCity, baby.
Okay, so why did you choose BrickCity Baby for the title of this project?
I chose BrickCity Baby to serve as a reminder to never forget where I came from. I mean, it's where I took my first steps. I got in my first fight. It's even where I got my first kiss. Don't get me wrong, I grew up on the east side and I was raised on the east side. I love the east side, but I'ma always be a BrickCity baby.
Take me back, take me back, take me back, where the OGs lay.
Product of the 80s, BrickCity baby, Southside nigga, can't a damn thing change me.
Wanna go back, wanna go back, wanna go back, where the OGs lay.
Product of the 80s, BrickCity baby, Southside nigga, can't a damn thing change me.
I'm a money generator, I was born kicking flavor. Got the face you hate to see on your girl, screensaver. Cat daddy, player made with boss tactics. She asked me why I be mad, and I tell her I'm good at it. Hey, I put that on mine. I'ma bring pressure, no effort while flexing forever. That check on my mind. If I don't go get it, my baby don't eat, and that don't sleep well on my mind. I'm hoping you notice I'm focused. The hood Russell Crowe got a beautiful mind. I don't play about mine. Hey, I put that on my resume, read paper chase, I'm all about a profit. I got no time to conversate if money ain't the topic. It's paper to accumulate and you can bet I'm clocking. Cause sitting on my ass is not a motherfucking option.
On March 25th, 1987, a young Jeanette Bradley gave birth to her only baby boy.
Louis was born March the 25th, 1987 at 4:09 in the morning. His father at the time was in the military, which he was in the Navy. He was stationed in Kentucky, so he wasn't able to be there for the birth of the thing. We was married, you know. But he was born at IU Hospital, and it was on a Wednesday, I can remember. He weighed 6 pounds and 13 ounces.
Shortly after his birth, he was on his way to his new home on the south side of Indianapolis, in the Broken Bird Trails apartments, better known as BrickCity.
The formula.
In 1968, the city of Indianapolis opened Broken Bird Trails, which was named after Indiana's first African-American elected senator, Robert Lee Broken Bird. Later on, the barrack-style apartment complex will be nicknamed BrickCity.
What was it like growing up with BrickCity? It was always something to do after.
Enjoying life, it was great. Life was good back then.
I was weekends at grandma's house, so every weekend you get there, get to grandma's house, play with the neighborhood kids. We in this court, that court.
You know, just great times playing basketball with you know, on milk crates.
It was family oriented back then, very family oriented.
Really, it was just like it was, man. It was so many families that you couldn't even really name everybody, but you knew everybody by face.
It was a great place to grow up. It was a real, you know, family-oriented place. Like our families were so close.
I was out there from like 70, 71, all the way up to 84 once I moved to the military. So pretty much seen the good and the bad. Starting off, like I said, at a young age, everything was great.
We used to have snowball fights at wintertime. Those were always fun. We would shovel people's snow and then we would throw it on each other though. Cutting out people's lights was fun. We would go around the project, cut out people's lights. It was fun. We should have done that though. It was fun back in the days, hanging out on the T-walls. Man, just good times.
It was like broke down into different courts. So it seemed like every court had the court mom, which oversees the court.
Miss Ham lived in the front. She had a police radio, so she'll yell out her door, 5-0 on their way, 5-0. And everybody will run.
We get up like 9 o'clock. We go out to the playground, open area. The churches would come out and set up stages, set up games, competitions. If you knew something about the Bible or something, then you could win stuff.
Now that it had some good days. Some of my fondest memories were the block parties.
They used to have block parties all the time back then.
We used to have block parties on Friday night, and we can just walk across the street, and DJ Kelly used to come and hook up these big old speakers. We all be out there dancing, hanging out, and he would let everybody take the mic. He always wanted to be a rapper.
Biggie had that song, Biggie, 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 can't you see that song? And they played that instrumental, and they was letting people come out there and rap. Like it was this guy in the apartments named Chris. He went up there and he flipped the song and said, Chrissy, 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 can't you see? And kind of did his thing to it. And then, like out of nowhere, somehow I got to the microphone. And when I got to the microphone, I spit a verse about BrickCity.
He always used to be the one that wanted to be far as the center of attention type of kid, but he really wasn't a kid that talked too much. So, but if you put a microphone in front of him, that's what he likes to do.
My cousin, she used to do music and whatnot, and she used to have me singing and doing stuff like that. And they used to beat on the table with pens and pencils, and she'd be like, say this, and I would say it. Eventually I started remembering the lyrics she was saying that she was rapping, and I would go rap it for my friends.
I used to be inspired by music as well, making beats on the table and recording with my cassette player. And he kind of got wind of it, and he got interested. So we used to dress him up like a hip hop star. And I'd be banging on the table, and he'd be trying to spit his little raps that we wrote. And his mom had bought him like a microphone, and it had lights on it. Oh, he really thought he was doing it.
Make you really think he was crisscross. We used to have a ball.
It was like we had everything in the hood. Like we didn't have to lead on walls and that fence. We didn't have to lead there because we had everything.
The talent shows, we had the Black Santa, we had the ice cream truck, we had the candy truck. We pretty much had everything out there. Everything was available to us, you know.
Like every other season, they all must come to an end. In the 80s and 90s, crack cocaine started moving through the nation, starting from the West Coast and ending on the East. Indiana wasn't exempt from its influence either. Although BrickCity was filled with great memories from a fun, family-oriented community, it wasn't immune from the destruction.
When crack cocaine hit, it started going down.
You've seen the drugs, you've seen the alcohol abuse, you've seen the physical abuse, the mental abuse, the neglect of the kids.
I guess like every neighborhood, maybe there was violence.
It was a whole lot of violence. Like I seen heli shootouts, you know. I used to be sitting in grandma's house and looking out the windows, and motherfuckers just get out the window. Nah, we at the top floor. They ain't shooting up here, they shooting that way.
I mean, from them not responding like fire and rescue, police, they never responded really until, you know, they knew somebody was really dead. But to save somebody,
couldn't order no pizza because the pizza man knew he was gonna get robbed.
People just started moving out. It didn't feel the same though. It was just a whole different feel though. You know, with like people that you grew up with gone and you got strangers moving in. It just didn't feel the same though.
The reason why we moved out because they had went up on the rent so much, and we was like, well, if we're gonna pay that much for rents, we might as well get a house.
I think a lot of people moved out like they ended up calling it like they ended up being like a ghost town.
Well, you got to think about the rent. So majority of the people out there was unsubsidized housing, so the rent was going to be pretty much. But if you got a job, so prime example, so my mother was working, so our rent was a whole lot higher than someone that wasn't working. So, I mean, as far as the turn in the rent, I just think it was more like the generations that's changed. You know, we had the parents out there, and then my generation, then the ones after me. Cause like when I left in '84. Came back from the military and things had, I mean, really had changed.
And then we had a lot of murders. Well, not a lot, but there was some murders every now and then happened. That was kind of sad to see people that we knew die. People that like friends of our, like brothers and sisters of our friends, they died. It was sad to see that though. I hated to see that though.
So it didn't seem bad for me, but an outsider probably came in and said it was, you know, this is like y'all living like this. So.
I remember being outside one time when it was a drive-by.
One night, he was about 9 or 10, and our first drive-by came. They was out and playing when they was coming by doing the drive-by shooting. He was out there looking for his paper wallet. He used to wear Nike sandals, but he'll fold up his wallet, this paper wallet, and put it in the bottom of his shoes.
From what I've seen from other people growing up and how they families operated outside of Brick City was different.
You know, me and bro being the age that we is, you know, we ain't have to deal with, you know, really the shit turning for a worse. Cause we ain't know it was turning for a worse shit. We was having shit a blast. We was living life.
When we hung out, as long as you did what you're supposed to do, we really didn't have to worry about anybody shooting and all of that. It would always be more like a family.
If you was from there, you was family automatically. No matter what your last name was or who your family was, you know what I mean? It was like a true family where you argue and you bicker with them, but if somebody else come and mess with your family, it's on.
Welcome back to Troy. Nah, we on Troy though. This school right here on your right hand, this here, it used to be School 72. I don't know if it still is though. But that was a middle school back in the days. My cousin used to go there. I remember them. They had like a was it like a talent show or something, like a lip sync or something. And I remember her like doing like that. They was doing TLC Creep. We'd walk up here, play basketball, do all that stuff. Yeah, that's the Boys and Girls Club we used to go to. But like when I lived in BrickCity, like. Basically, we couldn't leave the apartments. I ain't even gonna lie. Well, I couldn't leave the apartments. It was kids like my age and older that used to go. They used to ride their bikes from BrickCity to the Boys and Girls Club, and they used to like ask my auntie, "Can he go with us to the Boys and Girls Club?" And she wouldn't let me go though. This used to be the golf course. Well, it still is a golf course. See, the time we came over this area, back in the days when we was kids, we used to go trick or treating and stuff. We would walk like we'd have an adult with us, but we'd walk all. We'd be all through the Southside, walking around and get candy and shit. And then this was a golf course over here. It used to be a house out here where they used to decorate their whole little front yard with like Halloween shit every year. Like they had caskets and everything. Crazy. Them apartments right there, I cannot tell you the name of them motherfuckers, but I do remember my cousin stayed out there, and that's when I got my first DJ gig here. Yeah, I DJ'd. I had vinyl records and everything. I was like 19. Right here is VP right there. It ain't VP no more. It's Express Pantry. That used to be Village Pantry back in the days. We used to walk from the apartments to Village Pantry. So yeah, that's probably the farthest I left when I left out the apartments. Eventually, later on in life, they built that Burger King right there, right by the cemetery. If you can see right there, they built that like, I want to say I was about 10, 11. So it was like probably somewhere like 97, something like that. And then like this little blue building right here, that used to be a liquor store. And there was a barbershop on the left-hand side of there. I remember it used to be Cat's Barbershop. And then like coming up right here, this used to be the laundromat. So like if your wash and dryer was fucked up in the apartments, you had to come over here to this little laundromat. And it's kind of it's one of them days, in case y'all didn't know, like right now, like I guess we chose the day to film outside, like give y'all a tour out here. On the day of my cousin's birthday, she passed away. She was my age. And that's what I was talking about when I said we used to walk from the Boys and Girls Club and all that stuff. Yeah, this was like my right hand. So yeah, we got to pull up out here. Matter of fact, come speak of it, my second video, that I'm Missing You song, we shot that out here. I remember I brought the cameraman out here. He was an East Sider. He said, man, it's like a whole nother world out here. When we drove through the Southside, he didn't know nothing about it.
Now verse 2 is for my right hand, cuz side of your row, that was my motherfucking thug. It hurt to see you going through that pain, but now I know you at peace. I pass your casket, gently asking, is it heaven for G's? Now all I got left is the memories of how we used to roll, like how I used to pick you up and we would kick it in the hot boxing in the hoopty, reminiscing on the days when we would give Dwayne hell and sell candy to get paid. I often miss how you would keep it real when we exchange conversation, but now that you gone, it just don't feel the same. And only God knows all the pain I'm going through. But I had to write the song to let you know I've been thinking about you. I wrote this song about you, cause lately I've been thinking about you.
In life, we often find ourselves navigating through turbulent waters, facing trials and tribulations that test our strength and resilience. For many, the journey includes enduring the profound loss of cherished family members, a journey fraught with heartache and sorrow. So, we honor the memory of those we have lost.
The ones that really made that a place to call home, they should get their flowers and they should get their respect. It's like Miss Sweet now, you know what I'm saying? Skip Daniels now, you know what I mean? The Jeffersons, my family, the Taylors, you know what I'm saying?
My sister, we used to keep him, so one day I talked to her and she had said she was giving him his bath that night before we got off work and said, asked him, said, hey Barbara, do you miss Grandma? And them said, he said, yeah, and said tears was rolling down his face because he never really shed no tears or anything till the end.
Like I remember my auntie passing, this was my oldest aunt. Like, I don't remember seeing her when she passed, but she passed in the same house that I was in when I was there. And she was upstairs in my cousin's bedroom. And I remember people like from the apartments coming upstairs just to look at her body and stuff before the morgue came and pick her up.
Yeah, I think it affected everybody because it was like happening like too close together.
I think it was after my baby brother got killed. My mother died in '94. And my dad had died in '93, which was 7 months and 3 days apart. And my baby brother died the same year my mother did in October.
Miss Chicken, them Christmas tree caught on fire. My grandma was the type of person. We helped everybody. We used to drive the old grocery carts that you used to get from Preston Safeway, walk around, get canned goods for anybody that didn't have. Some people didn't have what we had. And we all stuck together as a family.
It was a village. So I moved to California when Louis was 3 months old. We stayed there for a couple of months and then I came back. And we moved back in with my parents, which my mother and father at the time was still living. So they helped me raise him. And then after my parents passed away, I had my brother and his wife.
My uncle, his name was Big T, he passed away. He used to draw and whatnot, and so I kind of picked up from there. But not only that, me and his son, we always used to like have drawing contests and stuff like that.
And then later on, my sister, we just all worked together. And at one time, I had a niece that I claim as my daughter. She helped out too, so.
With his mom raising me through my teen years and watching him grow up, we were more or less like sisters and brothers.
He was the baddest little thing ever to me and my sister, but my auntie didn't see no wrong.
Man, shit, like I say, we was like family, so shit, I remember, you know, his people used to barbecue a lot. And shit, whenever they barbecue, the back is lit.
Plenty of days, I remember we all out there, young, talking about wrestling, stuff like that.
He stayed with some kind of different group. They would always change members. But over time, he really did. He got better.
He had made a song, and somebody had asked me, had I ever listened to his music? I was like, no, I don't want him to feel uncomfortable as well as me, you know. And they was like, you need to listen to his music. And that's when I decided to listen to it. It was very touching because it was like saying how he missed his family members and stuff. So it was about my mother and all of them. So I thought it was nice.
Trillion was the one. He always had something for sale, and he gonna sing a song about you, rap about it, but he always had something to sell, and he always liked the music. He was a music kid.
Cause I'm like, boy, if you don't go. And then I got to hearing it, and he be in there mixing it, and I was like, oh, we got something here.
Bro was always making beats. And, you know, I started hearing them and I was just like, man, you serious, bro? Like, you need to do something with this shit, bro. You cold.
As he got older, he started writing his own stuff. And then he became what he is now, Trillion Kutz. He's an entrepreneur. He's good at everything he do. He went from being a writer, rapper, to he'll make you some beats. He'll take your picture. Whatever you need, he got it.
I already know what I do is like, I can't be arrogant about it, it's not me, but I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm a bad motherfucker, straight up. Sleep on me if you want to.
Even though BrickCity no longer exists in a physical form, Trill, along with a host of others, work hard to keep the spirit of an old Southside staple alive. You know, he says it's his last IMAG project. We'll have to wait and see, though.
Let's get to it, nigga.
He always thinking, you know what I mean? Like, little big head nigga gotta get, you don't fucking be thinking.
I said I was hungry, and he had like low-key snapped on me. He was like, man, we just ate like 2 hours ago.
Like everybody I know from BrickCity, it's like they took something from BrickCity to the other part of their life. You know what I'm saying?
Just take his music far as it goes. Probably the best stuff out there now anyway.
I need another hand, I just broke a rubber
For me,
yeah, I'm flexing like a baller, I ain't need
sky's the limit.
crossover.
All I can say is stay tuned.
How I do it and I told, baby, I'm a road. Big money hoe, no suicide doors on the coupe.